gorgeous. Thanks for joining me. Welcome. Hope all is well. It's great to see you once again. Thank you. So today we are going to do a 5 steps or less look on this. So I did like a yellowy gold and neutral tone eye look, and I am digging it. I think this is a great like everyday look for everybody, no matter your age, no matter your skin tone. I think this would look beautiful on all of y'all. And yet it's still like fun and playful with the brighter yellow tones in it. I really wanted to show you guys this look, and on top of that, it's super quick, super easy. 5 steps or less. Now, a few things about my 5 steps or less videos that you should know if this is the first time you're joining me for one of these. But first off, I do not count little things like the highlighting of your brow bone and inner corner, winged eyeliner, shading in your lower lash line, your mascara, eyelashes, whatever. Unless it's a main component of the look that we are creating, I just don't count those. And I really just focus on the main steps simply because not everybody uses mascara. Not everybody likes to highlight their brow bone, you know, so on and so forth. Now today I'm going to be using the Jaclyn Hill palette volume 2 because I'm still in the playing phase with this and I want to get to use as many shades as possible before I come back and give you guys a full review on this. So I'm going to use this palette. But really, I'm using some of the neutrals and the yellow and the gold. Just off the top of my head, there are several other palettes that even I have in my collection right now that you could easily use to recreate this look and use at least similar colors. You've probably got similar shades in your collection already. You ain't got to rush out and say, buy this palette specifically. Without further ado, we are going to start this tutorial. Today you're going to need a fluffy blending brush, a shader brush or a detail brush, either one will do, a flat shader brush if you prefer to use that instead of your finger for the shimmer, and of course a short shader brush if you choose to shade in your lower lash line. For our first step, I'm going to start off with this yellowy brown shade, and I am going to be using a detail brush to put it along my outer corner here and then blend it into my crease a bit, as well as shape the outer corner of my eye and bring it to a little point. I took my fluffy blending brush and buffed out the edges of the shade G Money, just the slightest bit. You don't want to blend it too much at this point because we are going to take a couple of other shades above it and blend it up into that, just to prevent it from getting muddy. Don't go too crazy. Now we are going to move on to this bright yellow shade here called No Joke, and I'm going to take that same fluffy blending brush. We aren't really going to blend it into this shade just yet, so we're going to put it in the space right above the last shade. Just like the first step, I concentrated most of the color on the outer half of my eye and just blended inwards. Now we're going to do basically the exact same thing, but with the shade Perfectionist. And we are going to be blending that right on the line where the yellow and the yellow-brown meet. And that way it'll look more like a professionally blended gradient instead of just 2 harsh lines of color. So as you saw, I ended up taking what was left of the yellow on my fluffy blending brush and just going over top of that and blending it and buffing it out. So you are welcome to do the same, and you are also welcome to go back in with any of the other shades and just, you know, poke and prod as you see fit, girl. You go for it. Final step here for the eye, we are going to take Talia, which is a super blinding, flaming gold, and I love it so much. It's so shiny and metallic. So we're going to take that. I'm going to use my finger to put it on. I'm also going to use my setting spray as per usual. And then I think I will also blend it out just a bit with a flat shader brush. And then kind of use that to get into the inner corners of my eye. My winged liner off camera, and gee, what a surprise, they are not even at all, but whatevs. So I'm just going to stick with a little subtle wing for today. I feel like this is a really nice, easy, everyday look, so I'm going to stick with an everyday winged liner. Now I'm going to go in with Ofra highlighter, the Star Island shade. It's a really pretty, like, white, like hint of gold white, but it's still really pretty. Since the only like highlighty shade that the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette has is like a pink highlighter, I think a regular highlighter would suit you just fine. So I'm just going to pop that in really quick. And then I'm going to shade in my lower lash line just a smidgen with the first brown shade, as well as the second brown shade and the yellow. Alright beauties, so this is the final look for the 5 Steps or Less fall inspired mustard eye look. What do you think? I kind of like this. I really like, I don't wear it too often, and this is definitely very different from what I have been doing lately, playing with all of the brighter, you know, reds and pinks, but I really like a good neutral eye, and I do like the more yellowy shades sometimes. The gold that I used in this particular palette is kind of sheer. It's really hard pressed in there. So even with like digging in and getting, you know, as much as I could on my fingertip, it still went on a little bit sheer. If that is the case with whatever palette you are using, I would recommend going in with maybe some concealer and either cutting your crease or patting some on there to brighten it up. If you do get like a lot of the brown shade on your lid area. Outside of that, I really like this eye look, and I think it's great for every day. It's super quick, super easy to do. Aw, Nubis, do you need to go out, buddy? Nope, Dad came home, and where I am currently recording, my little recording area is actually my dining room, and 3 feet to my right over here is the front door. So Dad was waiting down the stairs, being a good husband, but my pit bull Anubis gave him away, so had to pause for the cause for a second there. But I went with a nude lip today, but I really think like a nice muted brick red or even a bright fiery red would look really nice with this. Even like a more yellowy neutral shade would do well as well. Really, it's up to you. This is very much a neutral eye look, and you could really do whatever you want with your lips or your cheeks. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of today's tutorial and if you would wear this 5 Steps or Less easy eye look. But in the meantime, honey, you know what time it is. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and go out and spread some love and positivity today, baby. We could all use some extra. You're beautiful, and I love you. Mwah. Bye, everyone.